All right, welcome to the weekend update. It's Friday morning here on the western coast of Ireland. It's wet, miserable. It's the end of June. It's summertime. Welcome to what we call a soft summer in Ireland. Okay, this is the homepage of bullwhales.org. If you're interested in nightly Elliott wave analysis, go over there and check out the membership. I'm going to show you now. This is how the membership or how the nightly update looks. So we start at the top there. I usually have an introductory kind of blurb there. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Yes, you are. Okay. Usually throw in some links for people, maybe some charts that are kind of surrounding the day's kind of, say, general conversation in the markets, and some interesting charts that I've come across through the day. This one actually last night was about the credit card spending. Is it year over year, and how it's basically gone negative for all cohorts within the economy. So watch out, everybody who thinks that we're going to be rebounding from here. And then there's the updates on the wave counts. So I'll give you an update, give you some guidance or what thoughts that, give you the chart, give you the larger charts, give you the guidance on what I'm thinking might happen for tomorrow across the market. So there's the Dow, there's the gold, crude oil, S&P, silver, Bitcoin, FTSE. Well, I tag on charts at the end that I don't actually comment on, but the charts are updated every night anyway. Okay, so that is the nightly update. If you're interested, go to the website and check it out. And now we go to the charts for today, if I can get them. Where are they? There they are. Okay, are we on? Yes, we're on. This is terribly professional, I must say. Okay, now I'm this week I'm kind of let's say loitering between two particular accounts here, and I cannot pinpoint which way we're going to go in the very short term. But I have two, very possible wave counts here. So I'll show you that, and we will get on then with tonight's, or let's say, I think once we get through this final bottom here, then we'll get on with the rally that should come in Eurodollar pretty soon. And as usual, I've been showing you we're bottoming in a wave B, and we have been for a while. And we should see a wave C rally for a significant period. Here is the 4-hour count. Again, you can see the final leg down in this wave C of B. And here is the final leg of that wave C of B again. So, kind of, how would you say, I'm mixed between these two particular counts here on a fourth wave. We've got a fourth wave possibility here with the initial move down, maybe tracing out a fifth wave down in wave 5 of C of B. So we've got a possibility for wave 1, very complex wave 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 3, ABC, maybe wave 4, and maybe the beginnings of a fifth wave. It's all very maybe at the moment. In reviewing it this morning, I think we may, the most likely, let's say, alternative for this fourth wave here is that we've got a larger kind of zigzag pattern tracing out here. So, or maybe, forgive me, flat pattern. 3 waves up in a possible A wave, 3 waves down in a B wave, and maybe the very early beginnings of a 5-wave pattern up in wave C. But I think if we break 106.30 again, or 106.26, I think then we'll probably switch to this larger flat pattern here, but it will kind of depend on what happens today. It looks quite corrective this morning to the upside, so that does suggest we'll get another drop, and maybe even confirmation of this larger or this main pattern here. Initially looking for a break of 103.40 again, and that will probably form a low for wave C of B, and then next week again just look for some sort of reversal pattern to build. Okay, let's move on. Here is again kind of a hybrid count, I think, for what's happening at cable. We do have the possibility of a fifth wave down ending pretty soon. We do have a large extension lower or an acceleration lower, which would be a third of a fifth wave. The wave 4 correction is less than satisfactory at the moment, so that's what I'm trying to figure out again. On the hourly chart, you can see here's this wave 4 of what should be wave 5. We have a 1-2 wave in place, 1-2 there. Third wave extension, pretty solid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down in wave 3. The rally in wave 4 ended before the low of wave 1, so it still counts. We do have a solid 3-wave pattern up. What has happened off that level has been, disappointing. It hasn't been, let's say, encouraging to the upside either, but the pattern is, let's say, undetermined at this point in time where we're going to go. I'm just kind of hoping that today will resolve what's happened and we'll get a nice spike lower into a third of a fifth. So if we do break that B wave low, internal B wave here at 120.40, that should indicate that wave 3 of wave 5 is underway. So keep your eyes on that. This is the 4-hour count in euro or in dollar yen, and I have updated that count this week. Here is the updated weekly count. The A-B pattern was in place for years and years, probably at this stage. So triangle wave B that ended last year, or was it last year? Yeah, January 21, and since then we've just rocketed higher. So long term, I was touting a break of 125 for euro dollar, and here we are at 135. So this 3-wave pattern higher is well now the favorite count. Well, it was always the favorite count, but I was actually looking at a 1-2 pattern here recently, so that would be a wave 1 and a wave 2 that I was looking for. Now I'm pretty much I'm pretty happy to kind of switch to an ongoing fifth wave here, or sorry, an ongoing C wave here with wave 3 forming that large acceleration, which probably does fit better, to be honest. Here's that wave 3 acceleration, and we should be expecting a fourth wave decline. Still probably expecting a decline back towards 125 again in wave 4. And here's the hourly count. Not quite sure whether we have topped in wave 5 of 3. So this last week, this would have been wave 5 of 1, expecting a decline in wave 2. But I think after some soul searching this week, I have come to the realization that this is probably wave 3 topping and not wave 1. So the large extended wave 1 had gone too far for my liking. So here we are looking, I think we're staring into a fourth wave decline. It should be it should be reasonably extended. I mean, it'll probably go on for a couple of months. Finding a low maybe towards September. Probably towards September, and then rallying again towards the end of the year in fifth wave. At the moment, still looking for confirmation that we're going lower in wave A of 4. So that's kind of what I'm eyeing today. Okay, so let's get on to the Dow. Here's the 4-hour count in the Dow. We were looking for this second wave rally this week. We definitely have a corrective looking rally this week. The internal pattern is I haven't nailed it down just yet, so we'll see today. Each day is giving a little bit further of a clue towards what's happening here, but I do think we are in this second wave rally. I was looking at that. Well, I'll go to the hourly count before looking at targets, but we have enough, I think, now to be looking towards an end of wave 2. In general, I was kind of looking for a more subdued correction higher in that second wave, and so far that's kind of lived up to what the expectations were. I'm not entirely happy with the count here in wave C of 2 yet. It might extend a bit higher. I was looking at the 38% retracement there, 31,100, and we're getting close to that now. So we're filling out a trend channel. Not quite sure whether wave C is done yet, but we're looking towards the end of wave C today and Monday, and I think by the middle of next week we'll probably be beginning to turn lower into wave 3 of 3. and that could spell, again, could spell disaster for the stock market next week. But just keep an eye on that. A second wave topping is basically what we've been looking for here, somewhere between 38 and 50%. If we do extend to that 50%, that's about 31,500. So between 31,100 and 31,500, I think we'll close out this second wave retracement. Okay, gold. I go to the 4-hour account in gold. Again, I was talking last week about this alternate account here being the main worry here. Main worry. I don't know why I'd be worried about it. I mean, it is what it is. It's a count, and I just have to keep an eye on it, whether I like it or not. So we have a possibility of a 1-2 extension wave 3, correction wave 4, and the beginning of a fifth wave decline. If we do get this fifth wave decline, it will come. It'll be confirmed with a break below the previous low, which comes in at about 1785. If we break that 1790 level, let's say, again, we'll probably just pretty much switch to this bearish, this intermediate term bearish count. So we're probably looking towards about 1660, 1650 again for this alternate count to bottom. If we do get there, I'll be screaming BUY, bye. Okay, but we haven't ruled out the bullish count yet either. So we're betwixt and between really this week, to be honest. There is still the possibility that we have a bullish count here. I'm not pinning any feathers in my cap here, saying that this is exactly what's happening. But I'm showing people, subscribers, and you guys and gals on YouTube who want to watch. I'm showing you that these are the main patterns that are occupying my mind here at the moment. I am basically going at the point, running with the idea here that we have a solid 50-50 split between both. Basically, the ranging pattern has given us that that probability level here. So if it is the bullish count, then we will continue higher, no doubt, and we will break 1879 early next week or even today, and that will be a third wave rally to begin wave 1 of 3. If it is the bearish count, then we could rally into a C wave of wave 2. So this could be wave 1 down, A, B, C wave of wave 2. We'll break 1857. We'll halt. We'll come on a hard stop. We will not break 1878 again, and we will turn lower into a third wave. So it'll form 3 waves up. We'll fail below 1878, and then we'll turn down and confirm the bearish count with a solid decline in a third wave. And that is the main 2 counts here. I think basically choose your bias here and work on that until you're proved wrong. And that's the idea. Okay, crude oil this week pretty much, I'm not going to say confirmed, but I'm going to say definitely favors the bearish count. And I don't care what sort of inflation argument you can put up. I don't care what sort of I don't know, Russia is the master of international global politics, and they hold all the all the cards. They they own all the oil and they're not selling it, and it's just going to go higher. Well, that thesis has been pretty much disproved this week. We've fallen basically $20 in crude oil prices, and I would just, if you're the president of Gazprom and you like watching my videos, or who's the major oil producer? I can't remember. Rosneft, is it? If you're the president and of those companies and you're watching my Elliott wave updates, well, there's a stretch. Or if you're Putin and you like watching my weekly update, maybe you are, maybe you do. I don't know. Maybe he's into Elliott wave. Maybe you shouldn't, over leverage your economy towards oil and gas, because I know that's what you got. Like you gotta go with what you got, and you have a lot of it. But it ain't going to serve very well if like 40%, I think it's 40% of the Russian economy is crude oil revenue. I could be wrong on that. It's somewhere up around there. But if the price crashes again, I mean, that's your economy wiped out. You could say that for Saudi as well, and Qatar, and anybody who over leverages towards that, let's say, that economic sector. But again, if you got it, you got to flaunt it. That's I work with. Can't say that I wouldn't if I had. If we had that sort of oil, we don't. Okay, so all I'm saying here is the bearish count is really gaining momentum after the last 2 weeks' action. And the very fact that, finally we are getting some realization that not only is the Western economies, cohort of Western economies, basically in recession now, whether they want to admit it or not, that is the economic engine for the international economy. And, once the West, it's what they say. It's that phrase again. If the West sneezes, or if the US sneezes, the rest of the world catches a cold, or a flu in this case. And it's going to be, I think it's going to be a pretty bad one, to be quite honest. I think this crash could make 09 or 08, 09 look like a walk in the park because of the leverage that we've built up. We've basically over-leveraged again the economy, Western world. We've over-leveraged governments, over-leveraged corporates, over-leveraged the individual person. Everybody's over-leveraged, and the deleveraging is going to kill your capacity to be involved in the economy. Okay, so here's a possible 5-wave scenario down in wave 1. Looking for this wave 2, count to materialize this over the next day or two. We did catch a possible low this week in wave 1. So far, it's been pretty, undecided, off the low. Not very bullish anyway, that's for sure. But we got an initial spike in a possible wave A. Maybe we're tracing out a triangle B wave. I'm not quite sure about that either. It could be some sort of a complex B wave here, and we'll form a higher low above that 101 low in wave 1. That's kind of a tongue twister there. But overall, we're looking for 3 waves up. Again, I'm looking at that previous 4th wave. This may not materialize at all. I mean, we may not get back up above 110 again. But if we do fail at about 110, the previous 4th wave, that also brings us into about the 50% retracement level. Then we're looking at 3 waves up, done, decline into wave 3. And that wave 3, if we go to the 4-hour count, that wave 3 could easily bring us, back towards that $80 handle again, 85, somewhere down around there. That'll be, what'll happen then. And I remember it happening in 08 and 09 as well. It was, look at it, oil prices collapsing. This is going to be a boon for the consumer. It's going to be money in the wallet of the consumer. To heck with that. That didn't happen at all. This is basically just a reflection of what's happening in the underlying economy. That's what's happening. Okay, so this is the hourly count. Watch for a second wave, lower high, and we'll see how that goes later next week. Okay, the S&P, same idea here. Possible 1-2 scenario, beginning a 3rd wave down. This wave 3 of 3 could bring us well lower. If we do top out in a second wave today, then we might even see a reversal pattern build before the end of the day. Again, the internal pattern of this second wave will be dictated today, I think. We do have 3 waves up, but I'm not quite, I'm not particularly happy with that C wave internal pattern here. So if this is a wave 1 and 2, I was looking between 38.40 and 39.20. That's bringing us the previous 4th wave and 50% retracement. So far, so good. Off the lows last week, we've got 3 waves. We've got a channel filled. The final kind of piece of that jigsaw puzzle is the internal pattern of this C wave here. And once that does kind of show itself, I think then we will top out in that second wave and turn lower in wave 3. Okay, so moving on to silver. Here is the possible count I'm working with in silver here. The overall action this week has been how would you say? It neither confirms nor denies what I'm the overall pattern here. I'm sorry, I'm being intruded here by a 3-year-old, so I'm going to have to get rid of him. Okay, after that interruption, I'm back with a cup of tea and ready to resume. So, the idea being here that we are still in a corrective process. I don't favor the idea that we're falling in a fifth wave now. It just doesn't seem to be heading that way. Now that can change, but right now we're probably morphing into a larger fourth wave, flat correction, or along that sort. So it's going to be a long kind of next couple of weeks as this plays out. I'll get to the hourly count and you'll see what I'm talking about here. Okay, here's the possible top for wave 4, and then the alternate count would be a possible top for wave 4 in at 2250, and then we fell impulsively in a wave 1, and now we're correcting higher in a wave 2. So that is one possibility. In that case, we'll see a break of $22 again probably, and then a fall in a wave 305. What I'm going with here at the moment is a wave A up, 5 waves up in wave A, 3 waves down in wave B, and then another 5-wave pattern higher in wave C. Zigzag correction, wave 4 complete somewhere up around $23. Later, maybe towards mid-July. That might be a bit too far. Early July, first week in July probably. So if this is the case, then we'll fall today. We break the wave A low, 2090, and we complete wave C of B somewhere between 2090 and 2045, in there somewhere, and then we rally again towards maybe Monday evening. Begin 5 waves higher in wave C, and then overall ABC pattern wave 4 will complete, probably the week after next, and then we'll fall in wave 5. The only thing that will tilt it back in favor of this alternate count here will be if we get a clear three-wave pattern, which terminates just above maybe $22 and then falls again precipitously, and that will indicate that this alternate pattern is actually correct. So it looks like we're going to continue with the annoying corrective action in silver for the next, at least, even if the alternate pattern is correct, at least for the next, until midweek probably, next week. Okay, let's move on. I'm going to go into Bitcoin here. Now, I was looking for this channel to be filled at a minimum in 5 of C, and that would bring us down somewhere around 15,000 complete wave 5 of C, and even then I'm not quite sure if that's in fact correct. Let's get into I think that we need to go larger for the moment. The main alternate count here is the idea that we are only falling in wave 3 at the moment. I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt right now and calling this wave 5 of C on the main count, but I think it's, as we go forward, I think as we go into probably July and into the summertime, if we only see corrective action and we only see a sideways grind, we'll probably fall in towards this more bearish outlook on Bitcoin. And if that's the case, then wave 3 will complete somewhere around 10,000, between 10 and 15,000, and wave 4 will just bounce around for several months, similar to what's happened in wave 2 here. Wave 4 will form the same kind of sideways action and then fall again, possibly below this previous range, somewhere around 3,000. So, you know, I cannot rule that out. And given the action that we've had over the last while, yeah, neither can you. Okay, let's go to the short-term count. Here is a possibility for wave, for how this pattern is unfolding at the moment. We have a possible wave 3. In general, I'm tackling this fifth wave down. Okay, I'm sorry, my labels are different colors here, but this fifth wave down is what I'm tracking, and it can also be a third wave, depends on how you view it. But if it's a fifth wave, that's tracking. Go to the hourly count, you can see that the fifth wave, I think we're working in wave 3 of that fifth wave, and we should find a low in that wave 3 pretty soon. Then we'll correct in a fourth wave, and then we'll fall again into a fifth wave. And again, I'm looking at that kind of $15,000 range for wave for this overall decline to complete, and then either move into a real bullish impulsive move up, or just range for a long time in a fourth wave. It's kind of it really is. It's hard to call at this point. I do think there's another decline to close out wave 3, and another larger decline to close out with wave 5 here in red. Once we do close that out, that will probably be towards the end of the summer, and then we'll work on where we go from there. But for the moment, I'm not sure there's much more of a rally left. We need 5 waves down to complete there yet. Okay, let's go on. I usually do the Nasdaq, so I'll do the Nasdaq now. A third wave down is what I'm tracking. I don't think we're there yet. I think we're still falling in a fifth of a third wave, and we'll probably have a little more downside in that left before we get there. So if the hourly count, this could be wave 5 of 3. We're looking at a 5-wave pattern tracing out in wave 5 blue. So I think this week has just corrected higher in a fourth wave, and will probably fall again in a fifth wave. The only thing that would kind of change that point of view is if we come back here. Where did you go? Is if we break, say this little head and shoulders pattern. If we break into that head and shoulders pattern somewhere above 12. If we break 12,400 again, I'll probably have to change this count. But for the moment, it looks like we're correcting higher in a fourth wave, and we will fall again in a fifth wave to complete wave 3. And I think this one could bring us down towards 10,500 again. And if we close out this trend channel, then we could fall even below that again. We could break 10,000 to close out this third wave. And that, I think, is that. Now, as usual, thank you for watching. Everybody who donates, half an hour of your life to watch someone's video is much appreciated. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you haven't checked out my website, bullwes.org, check out my website. And if you like nightly Elliott analysis, join. I always leave everyone with good news. The good news is called the gospel. That means good news. Now, let me have a slug of tea. The good news is that we are all sinners. God gave us a Savior. He died in place of you for that sin. And because of that, you can rejoin the heavenly abode that we so foolishly slipped out of. But it was always going to be that way. No, none of us could have taken Adam and Eve's place and done any better than they did. Okay, we were made lower than the angels, and because of that, we have the capacity to be idiots. Monumental idiots, just like me. So, if you're an idiot just like me and you need a savior, I urge you to check out the Lord Jesus Christ, who gave his life for you, and because of that, we can have communion with the Most High God again, your Creator. You may deny it, you may try and deny it intellectually, but just look around. There's nothing that is around you falls into the position that it's in out of happenstance. There is nothing else in the world, No random process happens in the world that creates, beautiful symmetry. Creation is creation because it was created. You're part of creation. We fell out of good stead with the Creator. We're born in sin. We inherited that sin from our great-grandfather Adam. And we need to be brought back into communion with our Creator. And the only way you can do that is to be rid of your sin. And the only way you can do that is to have the righteousness of the Messiah. And I am not talking to anyone. I'm not talking to religious people here. I'm talking to you as an individual. I'm not talking to Muslims. I'm talking to you, but I'm talking to you as an individual. Your religion will not bring you to God. Okay? Religion won't bring you to God. God gave us the Messiah in order to reconstitute relationship. And the only way you can have a relationship with the Father, with the Creator, is through the Messiah. And the way that you have a relationship with the Father is you take on the righteousness. You get the imputed righteousness of the Messiah through admitting you're a sinner, believing that Jesus died in your stead, rose from the dead, defeated death, and you confess to be part of the Messiah's camp. You change from being under death and under judgment to being under grace with imputed righteousness. And that's what it is. You walk in the righteousness of Christ after that. It's a free gift. No religion will get you there. So set aside your religious beliefs. Go and ask God, is the Messiah for me? Did you give a Messiah so that we could have a relationship with you again? God is faithful. He'll always answer you. And you'll get an answer, and it'll be yes. Okay? Just like I did. So, don't go into eternity with your own righteousness in your hands, because our righteousness, as Isaiah said, is like filthy rags. And you can't enter eternity in good stead with God offering him filthy rags. You need to be clothed in the righteousness of Messiah, and that righteousness is gleaming. It's perfect. And the only way you do that is to confess the Messiah as the Lord of your life. So read the sign. That's it. That's how you do it. That's how you get to heaven. I don't think there's any more I can say on that. To everybody who has listened this far, God's blessings to you, and I will see you in the skies, in heaven, or in next week's video. Preferably the former and not the latter. But if I am here next week, Godspeed to you. Have a good weekend, and I will see you. Well, if you join that website, I'll see you tonight for tonight's update. Okay, bye-bye.